Okay, class, this is video 4 on section 5.3 on scientific notation, and I'm going to show you how to do a couple of those examples in the calculator, in the graphing calculator. So you don't need to watch this section if you're using the scientific calculator. In order to get your calculator's mode the way that you want it, meaning either standard or normal, you hit the mode key. And you notice the very top of the screen says normal or scientific. Excuse me, says normal or scientific. I want to now change it to scientific so that I can get my answer in scientific notation. So I'm going to hit the right arrow till it says scientific. Then I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to clear my screen. So now I'm ready to put a number in and get my answer in scientific notation. So I'm going to do the first example on the second page of notes, 1.32 times 10 cubed times 2.78 times 10 to the fourth. So, because remember, multiplication by order of operations is going to go left to right anyway, I don't need to put in the parentheses that are shown in the problem. Those parentheses were just telling you, here's one term being multiplied by another term. I don't need them, but it would not hurt me to put them in. If I put them in, it wouldn't give me the wrong answer, but I don't need them, so I won't use them. So I have 1.32 times 10 to the third power is 10, and then the caret button or the up arrow, 3, 10 to the third power, times 2.78, 2.78 times 10 caret or up arrow button to the fourth power. And now when I hit enter, it should give it to me in scientific notation because I changed my mode to scientific notation. I hit enter, and there you go. Now, that's 3.6696 E7. That means your exponent on your power of 10 is 7. I do not want you to put on your papers 3.6696 E7. I want you to put on your papers 3.6696 times 10 to the 7th. The E just tells you what your exponent is on your base of 10. Okay, if I did the next one where I had a negative exponent, 5.21 times 10 to the 4th, times the next one, again I'm not putting in parentheses, 2.55 times 10 caret, I have a negative exponent, so I hit the negative button, 6, and there's my answer. Same thing we got when we did it on paper. We had 1.32855 times 10 to the negative 1. E to the negative 1, remember, means times 10 to the negative 1. Okay, now I'm going to do the next one, which is a division. And remember, if you want the calculator to know that it should do the numerator first and the denominator after it completes the numerator, you need to make sure that you put the denominator in parentheses, because in my numerator I have 3.22 times 10 to the fourth, and then it's going to say divide by 2.13, get an answer, multiply it by 10 squared. The parentheses in the denominator here are important. So again, that's 3.22 times 10 caret 4, that's my numerator, divided by parentheses to start my denominator, 2.13 times 10, and this time I can just use the squared button because I have a x squared button, but you could use caret too, it wouldn't make any difference. And then end my parentheses, and there's my answer, the same answer that I got when I did it earlier with by hand. Didn't really multiply that by hand, but, or divide that by hand, I should say, but same answer. 1.511737089 times 10 squared. So same value times 10 squared. Now I'm just going to show you what would happen if I don't put those parentheses in. Remember, this is not the correct way to do it. 3.22 times 10 caret 4 divided by 2.13 times 10 squared, hit 2, and you notice I didn't get the same answer. I got times 10 to the 6th power, and that's not what it should have been. Okay, so it didn't give me the right answer. So remember, when you are doing a fraction, you must have parentheses around the denominator when there's more than one thing in the denominator. Let me just end with 7.66 times 10 to the negative 2, the other division problem, and you can check your answer on that. It's 7.66 times 10 caret negative 2 divided by parentheses for the denominator 4.22 times 10 caret 7 end parentheses enter, and you get the same answer, 1.815165877 times 10 to the negative 9. Okay, that was putting everything into scientific notation. If I want to take something from scientific notation and put it into standard form or normal form, then I need to have my mode set differently. So I'm going to go back to mode, and now I don't want scientific notation, I want normal, so I use my left arrow to get back there. I hit enter, and now I'm on normal mode. Go back to my home screen, clear out what we've already got there. And now I'm going to put in one of the original problems, 4.34 times 10 to the 6th, and change it to standard notation, or what our calculator calls normal. That's 4.34 times 10 caret 6, enter, and it's 4,340,000. Let's do the next one, 2.5786 times 10 caret 8, enter, and there you go, 257,860,000. And I'm going to do one more. It was one of our original examples, 8.932 times 10 caret 18. And now what do you think happened there? It gave me 8.932 times 10 to the 18th power. It gave it to me in scientific notation, and my calculator is in normal mode. The reason that it did that is because that number, and of course that would be 15 more zeros added behind the 932, and I'd take out my decimal point, is too long for the width of your calculator screen. And you've probably seen this happen before when we've worked on problems. If the answer was a really long answer, your calculator automatically changes it to scientific notation. Remember, what's the reason we want to use scientific notation? Because it takes very large numbers and it writes them in a more compact way. So that's the entire reason for scientific notation. So that's what happens when the number is too big. Okay, that's the end of lesson 5.3. Be sure you watch the videos for chapter 5, section 4. They'll be coming up in just a moment.